Hi friends, this is Sarvijay here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good. And today the topic I am going to discuss about QoS policing single rate 3 color stages. So the last video I shown about QoS policing single rate 2 color stages. So two stages, what are the categories are confirming and exceeding. So before that I am going to give an overview of policing. So policing done at the service provider or at the ISP. So there are two things. One is the customer end and the provider end. So always shaping will do it at the customer end and the policing will done at the provider or the ISPN. So policing we will always compare with the token bucket system. So each and every token represent 1 byte. So assume whenever you're getting any subscription from the ISP, so ISP will give a specific band rate, right? So that we call it as a committed information rate. So that is a traffic contract determined by the ISP. So there will be always a service level agreement between the customer and the provider. So whenever we are getting any subscription, there will be a specific bandwidth. Only we can use only a limited bandwidth that the ISP is giving, right? So if you are using within the specific band rate, what we call it as a confirming. So when it exceeds the bandwidth, that we call it as an exceeding. So that are the two categories we saw in the last video. In this specific video, there are two categories. One is a confirming, exceeding, and violating. So there are three categories: confirming, exceeding, and violating. So, and this also called as a two bucket system. One is a BC bucket and another one is a BE bucket. So each and every time police will inspect the number of tokens at the receiving end, that is at the ISP end. So say it is compared with the token bucket system. So assume we have a token and it is having only 64 kps. So if the police receives the number of bytes which is larger than this, automatically what happens, the police will drop or remark the traffic. And if the bucket is 64 bytes and if the number of bytes transferred is less than this bucket, then what happen, automatically the policer will take the tokens from the bucket and he'll use it for forwarding. So that we call it as confirming. So when it exceeds the traffic contract, that is exceeding. Once it is within the traffic contract, we call it as confirming. So that is the two stages. In these three stages, there is an additional stage called violating. So one is confirming, exceeding, and violating. So for this also called as a two bucket system. So we are using two bucket. One is a BC bucket and the BE bucket, and third one is the violating. So what is the BC bucket? So if the number of bytes transferred, I'm going to explain this confirming stage. So if the number of bytes transferred is less than or equal to number of tokens in this BC bucket, we call it as a confirming, right? So that we call it as a confirming. And second is the spilled tokens, right? That overflow tokens always flow into the BE bucket. So if the packet is not confirming, so the first thing confirming is what is, if the packets transferred, the packet is received by the policer is less than or equal to number of bytes in the BC bucket, then what happened? The policer will take the token out of the bucket, right? They'll take the token out of the bucket and it proceed for confirming. What we call it as a confirming, because the number of bytes received by the policer is less than the number of bytes in the number of tokens in the specific bucket. So then the policer will take the token out of this bucket and it proceed for confirming, what we call it as a confirming. Now the overflow tokens or the spilled tokens will to flow into this BE bucket, what we call it as an excess bucket. So if the packet is not confirming and if the number of bytes transferred is less than or equal to the number of bytes or number of tokens in the BE bucket, then the policer will take the packets and it proceed for exceeding. So that is the thing what we call it as a BE bucket. So in this case, we can use the excess burst capability. So what is the excess burst is nothing but each and every time the data traffic will not be smooth. Sometimes we'll also receive the excess traffic. So for that scenario, what happened? We are using the excess bucket. So the overflow tokens will flow into the excess bucket. And if the number of bytes is not confirming or the number of bytes is transferred received by the policer is less than or equal to number of tokens in the specific BE bucket, we call this as a exceeding. The policer then will take the tokens and will proceed for exceeding, right? So that is a BE bucket. And if the packet is not confirming or exceeding, then it will go for violating. The policer does not take any action, then automatically he will drop the packets. So that is the purpose of BC and BE bucket. So this we call it as a two token system. So one is a BC bucket. So the overflow tokens will flow into the BE bucket, and when the BE bucket overflows, automatically these tokens will be dropped or violated. So that is a very simple scenario. One is a confirming, exceeding, and violating. So now let us go to the configuration. So before configuration, this thing already explained. So the number of tokens, once the bucket is empty, we'll again refill or replenish the tokens into the bucket. So that is calculated using this specific formula. Packet arrival time minus previous packet arrival time into police rate divided by 8. So think that after once the bucket is empty, after 1 second, if you are receiving a packet, that is 1 second into, this is the 128 BBS, that is bits per second divided by 8, that is equal to 16,000 bytes. So that is number of bytes into the token, right? So each and every time we have to refill the bucket with the token. So for that, you are using this specific formula. So now let us go to the configuration, and I am going to configure these three stages. One is confirming, another one is exceeding and violating. So for that, I have to create the class map. So before that, let us see the configuration. So I have to configure this IP address, show run interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0. So go to configuration mode, interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0, and the IP address is 192.168.1.1, 55.55.55.0, and let us do a no shut. Let us ping the remote IP, that is ISP and IP 1.2. So that I have configured as a 1.2. So now I'm going to configure the three-stage scenario. One is confirming, exceeding, and violating. And this is also called a two-token system because of this two bucket, BC bucket and the BE bucket. So let us go to the configuration, and I'm going to create the class map. So let us create the class map name, class 1. And I'm going to configure the protocol ICMP. So match protocol. Let us make it as ICMP. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a policy map. It is a policy map, and I'm going to match the class name to this policy map. So let us go to control cell, go to the configuration map mode. Policy map is police, right? So we'll map that class name. Class name is class 1. Class 1. Then we'll configure the police command. Police is 128. We have to configure in bits per second. So let us make it as 128.00. So then there are three categories, right? Right? One is confirm action is transmit. So the confirm action is a BC bucket, right? So that will transmit. Second thing is exceed bucket. So exceed action, what happen? It will perform a remarking. So that what it will do, it will reset the DSCP marking. So DSCP exceed action set DSCP transmit, we can make it to 0. That means still it will transfer the packet. So once the packet exceeded also, it will allow to exceed by excess bus capability. That means it will allow the excess traffic over the link. So that is the purpose of this exceed action. So after that, the third one is violate action. So the packets are not confirming or exceeding, automatically the police will not take any action. Instead, he will drop the packets. So that's the purpose of violate action. So I have done the violate action also. Once it is done, then I have to map this police to this corresponding interface using the service policy command. So go to the configuration mode, interface, fast Ethernet 0 by 0, service policy input, and what is the command we have given? Police, right? Yeah. So police. So now let us see the configuration. So policy map, interface, fast Ethernet 0 by 0. So these are the configuration. It is showing the police rate, and see here is the committed information rate. So this is a traffic contract determined by the ISP. So whenever you are getting a contract from the ISP, so they will define a specific bandwidth rate. So that rate is CER. So BC is a committed burst, right? So the committed burst is a BC bucket, and this is a BE bucket. Only this much is allowed in BC bucket. So the overflow tokens will be in the BE bucket. And once it overflows from the BE bucket, automatically the packets will be violated or dropped. So that's a three-stage category, right? So now I'm going to initiate a ping, continuous ping from R1 to R2. Since I have configured the ICMP protocol in class map, so I'm going to initiate a ping 192.168.1.2, right? So I'm able to ping. Let us give a continuous ping. Yeah. So now you can able to see, you can see some drop in the packet. See. So after that, you can see, let us view the policy map. So now what happened? The BC packet. So once the BC packet, it is showing confirmed packet. So when the spilled tokens, automatically it will the packets will be processed for exceeding, right? These are the exceeded packets, 36 packet. So after exceeding, once it from the exceed packet, automatically the packets are not confirming or not exceeding. Automatically, the police or will drop or violate the packet. So this will be the violated packets. So these are the three categories I want to explain you. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Thanks and have a wonderful day. Thank you.